your body is capable of healing. So many of us don't actually believe that, or maybe we've lost hope, but there is so much you can do. Even if you're struggling with a lifelong diagnosis, there is so much you can do to take care of your health, to find healing, and to be set free from the physical constraints that hold you back in life. Hey guys, my name's Kaylin. I'm a nutrition science student, and today I wanted to sit down and just have a conversation with you and share my story and kind of give you the backstory behind this channel, who I am, and where I see this channel going in the future. I have a lot of exciting plans for this year, and I really want to kind of launch this channel for the first time. I know I've uploaded a few videos and some of them have gotten quite a few views, but I really have a lot of ideas as to where this channel can go in the future and the kind of content that I want to create for you. So grab a cup of coffee or tea and get comfy and let's chat. So first of all, I want to kind of give my backstory and my experience with the whole health world and how I kind of came into where I am today. So I grew up pretty much on the standard American diet. My siblings and I would eat fast food. We had Hot Pockets. One of my favorite things was Chef Boyardee canned ravioli. We had canned soups, Costco muffins, or cereal for breakfast. Pretty standard, right? A lot of kids grew up this way, especially if you were a 90s kid. That was just kind of a standard American diet for most people. I generally was pretty healthy as a kid, but I remember moments where I had extreme stomach pain and digestive issues, and I just kind of accepted it as normal. You know, when you're young, you don't really know the difference, and I just thought, yeah, it's normal to have stomach aches every once in a while. It's just a part of life, you know, excruciating pain, it's fine. Then throughout my teen years and into my early 20s, I dealt with severe acne, chronic cystic acne that was extremely painful and difficult and uncomfortable and embarrassing, and it was so frustrating. I tried so many different topical treatments, including Proactive, but nothing really made it go away for good. You know, maybe it would fade for a while, but then it would always come back. And I felt so frustrated and lost, like I just didn't know why this was happening and how to fix it. It was so frustrating. In my early 20s, I started to pick up on things here and there that I read on the internet, and really for the first time started to question whether my acne could be connected to what I ate. This was like a novel concept for me. I still remember the feeling of like discovering that and thinking, oh, like could there be a connection between my food and my skin? That's really interesting. At one point I went to a dermatologist just for a routine skin checkup, and she asked me what I was doing about my acne, and I said, oh, I'm trying to, change my diet and try to, at the time I was trying to cut out dairy and experimenting with it. And she basically told me, no, this is not connected to your food. This isn't connected to your diet. And let me just write you these prescriptions and it'll take care of it. And I was just like, that was so quick. She was so quick to write me off and to say, so confidently she knew there was no connection between my diet and my skin. And that was such a red flag for me. I was like, this isn't comfortable. I don't feel like you're listening to me, and I just feel like you're saying something that I don't necessarily agree with, but you're, forcing these prescriptions on me, and it just felt weird. Anyway, at one point I was feeling super defeated, and my now husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, was helping me do some research, and we stumbled across this blog post about healing your gut and doing things like drinking bone broth as a way to heal acne. So this sent me on a journey. As I experimented to try to get to the root cause of the problem, it led me to some restrictive and extreme diets, which I wouldn't recommend now, but it was part of my learning experience. So that was interesting. I started an elimination diet, which can be helpful for some people, but it's not necessarily right for everyone. I cut out a ton of stuff from my diet, and then basically I slowly started adding it back in to see which foods would kind of trigger my acne or cause a flare-up so that I could try to see if I was sensitive to any foods. Then I got into keto and intermittent fasting, which are two extremely controversial topics as there is so much conflicting data and as well as anecdotal experiences. There's definitely benefits and there's pros and cons to different diet paradigms, but my experience on these things, especially doing them without professional guidance, doing them on my own, I really fell into a bad place. My experience was that these diets led me to a really restrictive place. It led me into disordered eating, OCD patterns with my food, eating only one meal a day, and unintentional extreme calorie restriction, which I didn't realize at the time, but I was super unhealthy. And there were a lot of unpleasant physical side effects from this disordered eating pattern. I really restricted my carbohydrates, and I'm sure that I wasn't eating enough protein or enough calories in general. And because of that, I lost an unhealthy amount of weight, but people would compliment me. So there's the tricky thing about health. Oftentimes people see what's on the outside and, they might give you a well-intentioned compliment like, oh, you look so good, you look like you've lost weight. But maybe that's not the thing that you need to hear, because maybe you're not supposed to lose weight and maybe it's not good for you. At least it was the case for me. So it was an interesting look at how people react to weight loss, even if it's unhealthy and they don't realize it. So my weight loss included muscle tissue because my body was in a state of catabolism, or breaking down my own body tissues for fuel because I was under eating. My hair became extremely thin and I experienced a lot of anxiety and mood swings. I was basically running on cortisol and it was not a good time. I would just drink coffee in the morning and I wouldn't eat until lunch or even dinner sometimes. And it was just bad. Slowly, I began to realize that I wasn't in a healthy place. I began eating more and realized how much I needed to eat. I realized that dairy isn't evil or bad for everyone. And I exchanged my seed oil-laden oat milk for real low-processed milk. I started focusing on balanced meals and adding nutrition instead of just restricting. That was a huge shift for me because I was so in a restrictive mindset. And switching to an addition mindset really changed a lot because I was thinking, how can I add in more nutrients and nourish my body rather than just taking things away? And now I'm so thankful to say that I'm the healthiest I've ever been. My diet is balanced and I get to enjoy food. I eat all kinds of different foods. I mostly focus on meat, dairy, eggs, fruits and vegetables, properly prepared grains that are either soaked or sprouted, and I eat enough. I focus on protein. I'm not afraid of carbs anymore. I feel so much better, and I've been free of acne for years now, aside from the occasional pimple here and there, but truly in my adult life, my skin has never looked or felt this good. I actually gained weight back, which was a good thing for me. I noticed less symptoms around my cycle. As I said, my skin improved, but also my hair and nails. My hair became so much thicker and healthier. My sleep improved. I had less mood swings and anxiety. I felt more capable of dealing with stress. And I just feel like I enjoy life so much more. It truly changed my life. Along the way, I realized that I was learning so much and I loved it. It was super fascinating to me, and I wanted others to realize that this was possible. I wanted to help others that were in the same place that I was a few years ago. So in 2020, I enrolled in a summer class and I started going to college for the first time. I'm now in my 4th year of school and I expect to earn my degree in nutritional sciences by spring 2025. And it's been such a fun journey. I've learned and unlearned so much. Last summer, I launched my website as a resource for you where you can go and read blog posts, learn information, get product recommendations, all that kind of stuff. Basically a hub for helping people. And my plan after school is to open a private practice in which I can do one-on-one coaching and help people heal through nutrition and lifestyle changes. My philosophy is that your body is capable of healing. So many people are struggling through life and they don't realize how much better they can feel, truly. The tragedy that I see constantly with people that I care about is that they believe that their only option is the Western medical model, which is a huge asset and a tool, but the problem is that we rely on it for everything and we ask it to do things that it wasn't created to do, that it can't do. The Western medical system is well designed for treating acute injuries, for providing life-saving treatments, and it's an incredible tool, as I said, but it's not the only tool we have available to us. One of its main focuses is identifying symptoms, diagnosing an illness or condition, and then prescribing medications to silence unwanted symptoms. Now, this can be really helpful when we're struggling from something and we need some relief, and medications can be helpful and life-saving for many, but for many others, they are simply not the right choice. And the truth is that in many cases, medications are not treating the root cause of the issue. Being stuck in this cycle leaves people feeling alone, underserved, and stuck with a growing list of medications, each one to manage the symptoms caused by the last. In the standard Western medical model, practitioners just don't have the time or resources to work one-on-one in a bio-individual manner with patients and helping them get to the root cause and solve the mysteries of their chronic health conditions. And they're not given the tools or training to do so. During 4 years of medical school, most students spend less than 20 hours on nutrition education. This leaves a huge gap of knowledge in one of the most fundamental aspects of our health. Maybe you've been on thyroid medication for years, and your doctor has never spoken to you about your diet or referred you to a dietitian who can help you adjust your nutrition in order to treat your thyroid. And this is a huge problem because maybe the medication is not solving the underlying issue, and maybe you're still not feeling better even though you're told your labs look fine. And our diet has a massive impact on our health, including our thyroid. So this is just one example of a situation people may find themselves in. It breaks my heart when I see people lost, confused, and struggling with their health and not realizing that it's actually possible to heal from the inside out. I know because I've done it myself. Through simple tools such as mineral balancing, nutrition therapy, and lifestyle adjustments, including mental and spiritual work such as prayer, counseling, healing your nervous system, all of these things work together to create an environment that promotes disease or health. And you'd be amazed at what simple tools can do that no pill can ever accomplish. I believe your body has an innate ability to heal because it was designed that way. I believe that symptoms are communication, and instead of silencing or ignoring them, we should listen to them because symptoms are our body's only way to communicate with us and tell us something's wrong. When we listen to those symptoms and remove barriers to healing, we allow our bodies to finally function as they were designed to. My goal with the content I share here on this channel is to encourage you that your body is capable of healing. So many of us don't actually believe that, or maybe we've lost hope, but there is so much you can do, even if you're struggling with a lifelong diagnosis. There is so much you can do to take care of your health, to find healing, and to be set free from the physical constraints that hold you back in life. I'd like to end with one of my favorite C.S. Lewis quotes from his book, Miracles. "There is a sense in which no doctor ever heals. The doctors themselves would be the first to admit this. The magic is not in the medicine, but in the patient's body, in the vis medicatrix naturae, the recuperative or self-corrective energy of nature. What the treatment does is to simulate natural functions or to remove what hinders them." And I love that because that truly encapsulates my philosophy in a nutshell. I believe that when people are empowered with knowledge, they can make better decisions that impact not only themselves, but also their families and the world around them. I'm really excited to share all of the content I have coming for you this year, and I'd love to hear from you about what you would like to learn about. So make sure to leave a comment letting me know what topics you're interested in and what videos you'd like to see me create. Also, if you like this video, please be sure to give it a like to help support this channel as I work on building it, and subscribe for more coming at you this year. I'm super excited, and thank you for being here on this journey with me.